Good morning, I'm Maribel Rodriguez and welcome to the Balancing Act. Today we'll explore a non-surgical solution to osteoarthritis of the knee, and we're going to sing the praises of the next generation to karaoke machines. All that and more great stuff today on the Balancing Act.
According to arthritis.org, osteoarthritis is one of the most common types of arthritis, affecting an estimated 21 million American adults. And it costs our healthcare system nearly $100 billion a year. Now, that's a lot of money. Now, there are a number of non-surgical options available for treating the pain and symptoms. And here to talk about multimodal treatment therapies is Dr. Susan Zito, a rheumatologist from Suncoast Internal Medicine. Susan, it's great to have you here on the show.
Thank you. My
now,
pleasure.
For myself and for probably a lot of people out there that don't know what osteoarthritis is, or OA of the knee, can you explain what that is?
Basically, the best way to think about it is a degenerative or wear and tear phenomena that takes place inside the knee joint. And basically, it involves the cartilage, which lines and cushions the ends of the bones that make up the joint, becomes worn away and loses its integrity. In addition to that, the joint fluid, which can compensate for some of that loss, also becomes thinned, and it loses its properties of cushioning and protecting and lubricating the joint.
Well, I maybe need some lubrication for my joints, because it seems like every time I bend down, my knees go crunch. So can you give us three main symptoms that we really need to look for if we might have osteoarthritis of the knee?
Absolutely. They call that crepitus, but more commonly what people will experience is pain, some swelling, perhaps tenderness, but also some loss of range of motion in the joint and stiffness.
I know there's many different things that can cause OA of the knee, but shockingly, I wasn't aware that 65% of women are more affected by this than men, and that's not fair. So give us some tips on how we can, prevent this.
The best chance at prevention is early detection. And employing multimodal therapy is one of a patient's best options. And that includes not only the difficult things like weight loss and exercise, but also over-the-counter non-steroidals and maybe even steroid injections from your doctor. But another option is hyaluronic acid therapy, which actually puts back in the substance that's depleted in osteoarthritis. And there are products that are made from hyaluronic acid, specifically Euflexa, which is a natural, non-avian injectable product that can be placed in the knee in your doctor's office, a series of 3 injections a week apart that can replenish that fluid.
That's fabulous. And I'm sure we're all a little bit different. We all have different symptoms and different results, that sort of thing.
Yes.
But I think we would all, especially myself, would prefer to go the non-surgical way.
Yes, if we can avoid taking a medicine that goes everywhere in our body for a problem that is localized, or even avoid an unnecessary surgery, that is fabulous.
All great points. Now, I know a lot of people out there are going to want to know where they can find out more information about OA of the knee, as well as Euflexa. Where can we go?
Easy. I would suggest euflexa.com. They have a wonderful website that details all of the signs and symptoms of knee arthritis, as well as some tips for finding a doctor where you can get this type of therapy, and for talking with them about the problem.
Thanks again. It was
My
great
pleasure.
having you here.
Make sure you visit thebalancingact.com all January long. Every day we're giving away a complete set of Arm & Hammer Essentials cleaning products for your home. Just log on and enter for your chance to win.
All right, so how many times have you heard this? Mommy, can I have a pet? Kids love animals, but caring for them can often be tricky if you aren't familiar with their needs, especially when it comes to owning an exotic pet. So, before you head out to the pet store and buy that lizard, snake, or turtle, you'll want to listen to some helpful pointers from our next guests. Joining us via satellite are Nigel Marvin, renowned zoologist and TV personality, and herpetologist Hilary DuPont. So share with our viewers what they need to do before considering purchasing an exotic pet.
Well, exotic pets, they really are great, but you've got to do your research before you get them. This is a bearded dragon. They need to be kept at about 85 to 90 degrees. They need live insects, so you've got to get a supply of crickets and locusts. You need to dust those with vitamin powder. And the other thing that they need, an ultraviolet light. That mimics sunshine, so they can get strong bones and everything and get vitamin D, just like we develop when we go in the sun.
So, you know, of course, my 7-year-old son is begging us for a pet of any kind. He loves dogs and lizards. Hilary, what breed lizard would you recommend?
Well, I would recommend the leopard gecko and also the bearded dragon that Nigel was holding earlier. They're two excellent first-time pets. The leopard gecko can get a little wiggly sometimes, but the bearded dragons, many children you see walking around the reptile shows, they have them on their shoulder. They're just great pets overall, and once you get a nice setup, they're easy to maintain.
Well, as most parents can attest to, when we buy a pet for our children, a lot of times we're the ones who end up taking care of them. So what's the easiest type of reptile to maintain?
Blue-tongued skinks. They feed on cat food and grapes, so you don't actually have to get live insects and have them running around your house. Snakes are easy as well, as long as you can get a supply of frozen mice or rats, and you only need to feed them once a week, but I suppose many mums at home wouldn't like frozen rats or mice in their freezer.
I know the question a lot of parents out there have, how does the cost of caring for a reptile compare with those of more common pets like a dog or a cat?
Well, the initial cost when you're getting a reptile enclosure, it seems a little pricey, but once you have your UV lighting, your vitamins, your decorations and everything, basically the only thing you really need to maintain them is to feed them weekly if they need fresh vegetables or crickets, and to change out their substrate, and that's all reasonably priced, so you're not putting big cost into a reptile.
You know, Nigel, I've been hearing several reports that people are really actually pulling reptiles from the wild at alarming rates. As responsible consumers, what should we do to be sure that we are conserving these exotic species and preventing their extinction?
Well, reptile pets, you should never pick up a tortoise, pick up a lizard in the wild. I mean, just buy them from a reputable dealer. Captive bred animals. These bearded dragons, they've bred hundreds of generations in captivity. They don't have parasites. They're used to being kept in enclosures. But to pull one from the wild, you get a frightened animal, and they really are not ideal. And of course, there's not enough left in nature. We've destroyed the habitats.
Nigel, where should our viewers go for more information and reputable online references?
reptilestv.com, that's a great source of information. Hilary's a star on that, so you can learn about keeping animals in captivity. I'm on it every now and then as well, so it can't be that bad. And it's get a lot of DVDs and good things there to learn about keeping reptiles. And the key to it is to get the enclosures set up, the right heating, the right foods, before you ever get the animal. And then once that's all set up, they make lovely, wonderful, beautiful pets. Thank you.
Nigel, Hilary, thanks so much for being with us today and sharing that great information.
Did you know that grapes are considered a heart and blood vitalizing food? Grapes hang in the cluster in the shape of a heart, and each grape resembles a blood cell. Also, grapes have antioxidant qualities which help cleanse your system. So grab a bunch to munch with your lunch.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We have the pleasure of welcoming today Ava Cowan, a renowned celebrity model and fitness trainer. Welcome, Ava.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, she looks so good.
Yeah.
I want to be like Ava.
I want to be Ava when I grow up.
But you know what? We've seen you on countless covers of magazines. You're a fitness writer. What else do you do?
Oh my goodness. I've hosted my own bodybuilding show. I'm collaborating with a competition color to create my own color, so you look amazing on stage.
I know there's just so much, and you know, but here's what I think what's interesting, and I think what our audience will appreciate is that it wasn't always sunshine and roses for you, Ava. Tell us a little bit about your background.
My background is, I'll just say that I had some difficulty pretty much in my early adulthood. I battled addiction to drugs and alcohol for a long time. And the fact that I'm sitting here is nothing short of a miracle, honestly. And I think it's important to share that because that's my truth. And that's where I come from. And those were my obstacles. And I think that a lot of people have obstacles of their own, whether they overeat or they don't feel good about themselves or in bad relationships. And for me, really, I made a decision 5 years ago. I said, I'm not going to live like this anymore.
And you are truly somebody to look up to. I mean, look how fantastic she looks. But, you know, I think people, when they see somebody that's built as well as you are, think that you have to do the routine of being a bodybuilder, but you're actually a fitness competitor. I mean, you compete in fitness.
And there is a difference, right? Between,
between
the fitness and the bodybuilding.
Kind of routine.
What I do is a little bit between a look of fitness and bodybuilding. Okay. It's about symmetry and balance and poise and stage presentation and conditioning. There's a lot of different aspects and elements. And I picked figure because I think it's an attainable look and I think it's more appealing for me. I just don't know if I could get that big to be a bodybuilder, but
well, that maybe not. You may not necessarily want to. That may not be, you know, right for you. But I think one of the interesting things about your story is going through everything that you've gone through, and you woke up one morning and you said, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to change my life. Why did you pick what you picked? Why did you pick really working out and getting into shape to do these fitness competitions? And what has been your inspiration?
I picked that because I got sober, and then I thought, now what am I going to do? I really had no skills. I didn't know what to do for a living. So I really sat with myself and I thought, okay, what do I know how to do? So I went back to when I was a child. I was a gymnast, and I knew I could do that. So I thought, okay, what can I do in terms of physicality? What can I do? So I went to school to be a certified personal training specialist, and that gave me a new career. And then I trained myself. And what inspires me is that there is no way I'm going back. I've done that. And I've done a lot of things in my life that didn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, quickly, we need to wrap it up. But, you know, for all the women out there, and for me too, maybe Danielle, maybe not.
Let me get a pen so I can start writing some notes as she talks.
Yeah, what kind of advice can you give us to get acclimated like you? You know, I mean.
To look like you,
and
basically.
And to look like you, yeah, absolutely.
This is my biggest piece of advice. Live in the moment. Just start right now. Even if you had chocolate cake last night or if your breakfast was horrible and you had donuts, just start now because that's all we have. So just worry about what you can do today to be fit. How can I live my life a little bit better? And what can I do today to change? Because nothing else matters but right now.
Wonderful. And your website real quickly?
www.avacowan.com.
Wonderful. Ava, thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're truly an inspiration.
Yes,
thank
very
you.
inspirational. And share how you get those biceps too on the commercial break, okay? All right. Thanks, Ava.
Thank you for having me.
Want more of The Balancing Act? You can find all these great stories and then some. Just log on to thebalancingact.com. These days, more and more families are choosing home entertainment as an affordable alternative to going out to the movies, concerts, and other events. Hosting your very own karaoke party is an especially fun way to enjoy family time together. And here to show us a really cool new way to get the most out of the karaoke experience, we have with us Karla Piechowicz, brand director from Memorex. Karla, welcome. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I'm very excited because I love to sing in the shower.
Okay.
I like to have karaoke parties, but what is it about karaoke that's such a craze now?
Yeah, it's like you. You said you love to sing in the shower. People are craving these ways to express themselves, and so the Memorex Sing Stand allows them to, you know, sing, be their own star. Family room becomes a stage. Also, the popularity of the reality shows, the singing contests that are out there, I think that's also inspired people to,
no doubt,
you know,
of
get
course,
on the
yeah,
karaoke
we all know
bandwagon.
that show, right? Yeah. Seen by millions of people. But what is this exactly? It looks very cool.
Yeah, this is the Memorex. We call it the Memorex Sing Stand.
Okay.
It comes with everything you need, the microphone, the integrated stand, the 2 speakers, everything you need to just sing along.
Wow, very cool. And it connects right to your MP3 player.
Yeah, you can actually connect any MP3 player to the Sing Stand and get started singing right away. It's a really simple setup. It also has auto voice control, so it actually strips out the lyrics of the song.
That's what makes it the next generation of the karaoke machine, correct?
Exactly. It's the modern spin on the karaoke. So instead of the bouncing ball and the kind of the old school version, this is the modern spin on it.
So Karla, aside from the MP3 player, does it come with everything you need to get started?
Yeah, it's a fully integrated solution. So it comes with the microphone stand, the speakers, everything you need to start singing.
And how about some other cool features that makes this so special?
Yeah, if you and I wanted to sing a duet, we could plug in another microphone. It also has echo features, so it sounds like you're in a studio and has vocals.
So you don't sound so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
You can also plug in instruments, so you can plug in a guitar. So it's a very versatile solution.
This is definitely the next generation of karaoke.
It is. It's the modern spin.
Give me some other tips. I'm sure you're an expert at this. Some other karaoke party tips.
Well, it's funny because people are just really wanting to get together and have fun and sing, and the Memorex Sing Stand is a great way to do that. Just invite your neighbors over, grab a pizza, and just start singing. Family room becomes the stage.
You can have a block party and have a singing contest out there.
Exactly.
That's
I try to
perfect.
out-sing the contestants on that show.
Even if you don't
popular.
know your neighbor. It's okay. Karla, thank you so much. Where can we go for more information?
You can find more information at Memorex.com, and then if you click on karaoke, you'll find some tips and ideas of how to host a karaoke party.
Some more great tips aside from the ones you already gave us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's my
pleasure. This was fun.
pleasure.
I can't wait to sing. Not now.
Go for it.
If you're walking to keep joints from getting stiff, know when to eat and drink to maximize benefits. Walking too soon after eating makes it harder, strains your heart, and makes burning fat near impossible. So wait 30 to 40 minutes before exercising to allow digestion a head start. Also, drink 8 gulps of water before and after your walk.
Join our online community by logging on to thebalancingact.com and clicking on the Multiply banner. Interact with the show producers, discuss features you've seen, and you'll have some great conversation starters.
Do you have china sitting in the cabinet that you received for your wedding or your anniversary, yet you hardly ever use it? Studies show that today's woman wants to use that china every day to add beauty to her table without that really, I guess, overly formal look, and without having to worry that it's not going to be able to go in the microwave or in the dishwasher, or the kids won't break it.
Gotta have
right,
that
Kathy?
microwave, gotta have that dishwasher too.
That would be me. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Well, that technology is actually here today, and joining us is Michelle Evans, National Service Manager for Noritake. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for being with us. And you know, it's wonderful because Noritake has been around since 1904, so we're talking over 100 years. What do you think makes Noritake such an international trademark?
Noritake takes great pride in its artistry and craftsmanship. It took us 10 years to achieve quality high enough to put our name on it and export it. And that's really what makes us the trusted name and desirable brand that we are today.
And it is a well-known brand. Now, as you know, going back 100 years, the technology has really, really changed. I mean, we would think hand-painted dinnerware, but not so anymore, right?
No, there's a lot of automation that allows for mass production today. Actually, your fine porcelain and bone china are some of your most durable products. And with our new Everyday Elegance collection, we've developed new metallics that are not only dishwasher safe, but also microwave safe. And that's the really big news and things that women are looking for.
Yeah, because with the banding and everything, we were just so afraid. It used to be our mother's china could not do that whatsoever at all. And you know, I love to set a beautiful table. And I love to make it, you know, very special for my guests, but I don't want it to look so formal. What kind of recent studies have you found with today's women, how they're setting their tables?
Well, that's it. She wants to set her table with well-designed, top-quality china, but she doesn't want it to be so formal. So that's why we've introduced this collection, because it really has a wide range of items, functions, durability, and it's still beautiful. You can use it for breakfast as well as your formal dinner party.
And you call it Everyday Elegance.
Everyday Elegance.
Which is a great name for this.
I love the name, and I think also what that does, what you said, is that it actually helps bring a family together as well, doesn't it? And when you're talking about Everyday Elegance, you're talking about something that's beautiful, but something that the whole family can sit down around the table and say, oh, Mom, this looks great, you know? Make you feel like you spent 5 hours doing it. It took you 5 minutes. But talk to me a little bit about some of these pieces, because they are absolutely beautiful. And what I like, Michelle, is that they're kind of interchangeable as well, right?
Exactly. That's what we've done here. Some of the patterns mix and match within themselves, or they lend themselves to different colors and decorations that you already have in your home. So you can add the variety of shapes. You can use all squares. We have
mix and match them
mix
with
and
the squares.
match.
Okay,
Right.
to do that.
So we have more formal looks as well as casual in the same shadings that blend together very nicely.
So you could really create a very distinct look or reflect your own personality.
Absolutely. And these are much updated, a little bit more contemporary. The banding looks different. It's not in
as
the
shiny.
Same.
It's a little bit more muted.
Right. And it's not on your traditional outside of the dinner plate. It's on interior wells, unusual places.
Just about 10 seconds left. Where can we go to find more information?
www.noritake.com or major retailers throughout the country.
Let's go shopping, Danielle.
Let's do it. Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Chances are you know someone who needs to be taken care of. So to protect their future and yours, consider long-term care insurance. As nursing and healthcare costs escalate, it can help protect you and your family. To learn more, go to newyorklife.com and click on Consult an Agent.
I'm Maribel Rodriguez. Thanks for joining me on The Balancing Act. Tomorrow, don't miss our inspiring, creative, and innovative ideas. We're dedicated to creating solutions for women facing today's greatest challenges. See you then.